And I had this thought like lingering on my mind. And so I want to talk to you about it. So if you're new here, I'm Nickie. I'm a homeschool mom to an only child. And she's in 4th grade. And I really want to just like discuss this whole like independence, striving for independence, pushing independence in our homeschool. And hear me out, don't come at me. Like, it's just been something on my mind. And okay, so I was one of those people where I'm like, oh my God, I see this person and this person and this person and this person. Their kid is doing like a million things on their own, and they're doing all this independent work, and they're like schooling themselves, and my kid should be doing that. And now I'm kind of getting mixed feelings on it. My daughter can be very independent, and she enjoys having some independent tasks. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to take that away from her. But what I'm learning the more that we do school is that it's not that she can't do it. It's that she enjoys that time with me, just doing school together. And when I think about it, I had, not to compare, but it's the only experience I had was going to public school. And I always had a teacher. I had a teacher for every class until I went to college. And even then, we have teachers there too. And the independent stuff that we had was our homework or a project or something. But typically you were working with a group, or if you had a project, you were working on it from home. And I'm like, why is it in the homeschool community that we push our kids for these independent subjects and things that we could just let them do on their own and handle on their own? Why do we do that? Especially as early as 3rd and 4th grade. Now, circumstances can be different for everyone. Maybe you have a full-time job. Maybe you are schooling 10 kids and there's no possible way to be able to work one-on-one with your kid the entire day. Or you have multiple levels of grades in your home. I'm not saying that that's a wrong way to homeschool. It's just I'm feeling like it's not for me or her. There are things that she does enjoy doing by herself, but then we also like to do some of these subjects together. And I also feel like if I don't do it, she's not necessarily comprehending or learning it the way that she should. But I'm like, why? It's all I see everywhere is like independence. And it's like at 3rd and 4th grade, I certainly did not have any independence growing up. And I feel like for a little bit of social media tends to be pushing our kids, even though they have this freedom and this flexibility and the honor and privilege to homeschool. But I feel like we're pushing them more to grow up quicker. And that's not what I want for me. And I notice that the more that I see it, the more that I get the ambition to slow down, to embrace to what's in front of us, to do things more together. Because once they're older and they don't want those things anymore, then things are going to change and things are going to shift. So I'm going to embrace what I have right now in this 4th grade moment and enjoy the fact that she wants to school with me and go from there. But I just want to know, like, where did we get that from? Why did we think, yes, we're not the public school, yes, we're not comparing, but where did our mindset shift to where we think we should push our homeschool kids to independence and more away from like this teacher-student structure? Why do we want our kids to learn certain subjects on their own? And there's no right or wrong answer. I'm just curious. I want conversation. I want to discuss our thoughts on this topic. So I would love your, discussion in the comments, and I will respond and discuss it back with you. But I'm just curious. Like, I just know that the more I homeschool, the more I know what works for us, what doesn't. And I'm learning that that's just what we want. I thought what I wanted was for her to be more independent, to free up some of my really busy schedule and time and with work and stuff like that. But I don't know if I want that anymore. And I know she doesn't. Don't get me wrong, there are things, like I said, that she does like to do independently and well, that she doesn't need me to hold her hand for, because it's not necessarily things that are like teacher intensive things. So I'm curious. Let me know in the comments. And I will see you in the next one. Editing self-popping in here just to say, do we want our kids to be lifelong learners independently? Yes, 100%. I'm just not sure that 3rd or 4th is my personal preference to starting it. I also feel like I'm just not in a hurry to build those things. We already have a lot of independence within school and without school, and I feel like we're in a good place. And so I really don't want to add more in and make her feel like I just don't want to teach the subject, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm just rambling at this point, but just wanted to add that I totally believe in lifelong independent learners and stuff like that. But I feel like in this homeschool community, it's just pushed a lot, in my opinion, or I hear it a lot. Whereas, and sometimes just too soon. So, as much as that used to be me, I kind of feel like I'm wrong. But it's okay. Everyone has their own homeschool life and way. So you do you.